You've just entered the Storyteller.net Amphitheater.
Amphitheater.
This is Sean Buvala with the Small Tooth Dog Publishing Group in Arizona. I am the publisher, and I'm speaking today to Laura Packer, who is the author of a book that is upcoming or may already be released when you hear this. And that book is From Audience to Zeal, The ABCs of Finding, Crafting, and Telling a Great Story. Available wherever fine books are sold. So you have this background where you were inspired by others, and you took your first open mic and a bit frightened by that and overwhelmed by those things, as many people are the first time. Where are you now? You mentioned that this is how you make your living working in this. And as we put that in the context of your upcoming book, Audience to Zeal, why are you the right person to be writing this type of guidebook? And it's very, very broad. We'll get to this. We have a lot of content in this book. So what is it about your working background now that makes you the right person to create this book?
Well, I need to answer that question in two parts. The first is, what am I doing now? So now I am and have been for some time a professional storyteller. So what that means in my case, and it is of course different for each of us, is I perform. I tell in venues ranging from small house concerts all the way up to venues that can seat several thousand. I perform stories for adults, for children, for all different kinds of people as a performing artist. So that's part of what I do. I teach. I spend a lot of time thinking deeply about how story works and how we all can access this most basic of human art forms, and how we can all become better communicators, whether from the stage or in the boardroom or at a meeting or with our friends and family. So I spend a lot of time thinking deeply about how to be an effective teacher. And so I spend a lot of time teaching workshops for all different kinds of people, whether it is elders who want to learn how to tell stories to their grandchildren, whether it is upper management in a Fortune 500, Fortune 250 company who wants to think about how they can become a more transparent organization and have clearer communications, whether it's a bunch of marketing professionals, whether it is nonprofit fundraisers, or maybe I'm in a college class thinking about how I can teach college students to become better public speakers and more confident in their own story. Or I've taught in settings where people who've survived sexual and domestic abuse are learning how to tell their stories. So I spend a lot of time teaching a wide variety of audiences. I also do one-on-one coaching, which is rolled into the teaching because that's working with an individual to help them think about how to craft their story effectively. And again, that can be any of many, many different kinds of people in many, many different kinds of settings. And lastly, I work with both for and nonprofit organizations to help them think about how to collect the stories in their organization, how to analyze them and extract data from them, and how to use those stories effectively, whether it's to build better internal culture or to come up with a more authentic and transparent and honest marketing plan, or whether simply how to be better communicators of what they're doing and how to reach the people who might use their products and services.
Right.
In those four pots where I spend my working life.
Right.
So why am I the right person? Why am I the person who's written this book and is very excited about it? I love thinking about this stuff. I love thinking about how it works.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that bing. I didn't mean for that to happen.
Well, we're both in our offices, and offices are alive, so don't worry about it.
Yes, they are.
That's right.
So I love not only thinking about how story works, how to help people become better storytellers, but I love writing about it. And I've been a writer for longer than I've been a storyteller, and I've been a storyteller for over half my life. So I am committed to finding ways to write about storytelling in such a way that someone reading it can understand the concepts I'm talking about and then apply them. So I read a lot of material myself, not just about storytelling, but organizations and the human mind, how neurologically we work, and about theater and improv and all kinds of stuff. And then I'm good at extracting that and making it conversational and comprehensible. I think it is my passion. I think it is both my depth and breadth of knowledge, and that my writing is readable. That makes me a good person to be writing this book.
I think so. And I think I struggle sometimes with the word passion, because I think passion is fleeting, and it's like saying romantic love. And I do understand why people use it, and this is my own personal kind of banner to carry. What I really think for you, and one of the reasons that we picked this up, and I'm only speaking for myself, one of the reasons that we picked this book up, because I think it also fits your purpose in life. You really, and I've always thought this, because you and I have known each other much longer than just doing this book relationship, that I think it's purpose. When I talk to you and I watch you and I read your stuff, I think that there's a purpose in your life that connects to this form of communication. And that to me is one of the things that attracted me as a publisher to you, was saying, this is not something that she decided last week to jump on the storytelling bandwagon, because everybody's using that word now. But you've been at this for so long that it seems, in my mind, it seems to be almost your purpose as well. And I think that to me, I've always found to be very intriguing when people dive past the romantic ideas of storytelling and into the real work of how this works. And sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. And I think that you've always been very aware of that. In my mind, I see it as a purpose for you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very exciting.
This is my purpose. This is my life's work, not only to tell stories, but probably more importantly, certainly more importantly, to help empower others to understand why their story matters and how to share that story, whatever the context may be. Brother Blue used to say that storytelling had the potential to save the world, because how can we hurt each other when we truly know each other's stories? And I can't say I disagree with that. This is about building a better, kinder, more connected world. And I think that's what we all want, regardless of where we may fall politically or in our religion or anything like that. We want to be connected.
You've been listening to the Storyteller.net Amphitheater. All rights reserved. No part or whole may be reproduced in any manner for any reason without the express written permission of Storyteller.net.